Hello guys, I am OG, back with another Etheria restart video. This time I am interested to build my old character that I haven't been playing yet because she requires quite a lot of investment on how to build her, and I think she is better for PvP because her skills is more useful in PvP because the buffer is usually much powerful, and also her skills and damage is mostly rate on HP. So because of that, it's not as impactful in PvE. So it's better for PvP. Okay. Before we start building more detail, let's learn about the basic skill of Lilith. So Lilith is puppet master from the Hollow faction, right? And then she is a debuffer, but she can also deal some damage. So let's start by reading her first ability, which is the basic skill. So Lilith can deal damage equal to 16% of her max HP to single target, okay? And then after the attack, there is 8% chance to gain extra turn for one time. So when you do this, at level 5, it's 20% chance. That's a lot, right? Now let's read, and the damage is 20%, so not really that important, but usually you want this 20% chance act again, okay? And then for the second skill, it's a graceful finale. So deal 20% of her max HP to all enemies, so this effect to everyone. And then there is 75% chance to inflict the speed down debuff, that's reduced 30% speed, and also detonate graceful mischief on the main target, reducing their turn meter back by 60%. So this skill is graceful mischief is a debuff that it can explode if you activate it, and the damage is 24% of the Lilith max HP, and there is also a 70% chance to inflict stun, right? So this is very strong CC that gives stun, deals damage, and also reduce their speed. So that's like a 3-in-1 skills, right? That's why she is so good in PvP, because in PvP, percent-based damage is more impacting, and this is dealing indirect damage. So you don't get reduced by the enemy's defense. It's just flat 24% of Lilith max HP. And now that we learned the graceful finale, let's read the level 5. At level 5, the effect is minus 100% turn meter, so you can literally stop enemies' turn meter to 0 again, okay? And then the chance inflicting speed is 100%. So this one you want to always inflict this speed 100%, okay? And then let's read the ultimate. So the ultimate is Lilith reveal, so dealing damage equal 15% of max HP to all enemies, and then there is 75% chance to inflict graceful mischief. So in here that's for 2 turn, right? And then immediately gains 1 extra turn. So after you use this, you can act again right away. So that's why this skill is really useful. And then at level 5, the cooldown is reduced to 4, so it's kind of basically same with this, right? If you max it to level 4, and then the chance to inflict graceful mischief is 100%, and the chance of explosion to stun is 100%, okay? So at level 4, this is increased to 100% chance to stun instead of 70%. That's huge, okay guys? Because when you can stun your enemy, it means they are skipping their turn for 1 turn while you taking extra turn. So that's like 2 turn ahead of your enemies, right? Because they skipped 1 turn while you get 2 turn. And then for what is it? Okay, so how to use her is you usually want to, on the first turn, you cast T-time, giving them the graceful mischief, and then also dealing damage and graceful mischief. So the damage is quite good actually. So 15% and then 24%. So that's like 39% XP, right? but at level 5 the damage is 30%. So level 2, okay, sorry, level 2 is 30% plus 24, so it's like 54% of her max HP. That's why her damage in PvP is not a joke. She can kill. Alright, and then after you cast this skill, you get extra turn. You want to cast the second skill. So because this skill will detonate the graceful that is in your enemy, and then it deals them damage and also 100% stun them, and also you give them speed down. So this one is a must to cast after this. That's why you usually want to have the same cooldown here, 4 and 4 in here, right? So you can combo them 2 times at least in the battle, because she act again right away, so that's why she will get the cooldown very fast. Okay, so that's for her ability, right? Now for the model, we learned that she deals damage based on the HP. Okay, so because of that, we want to focus more on the HP if we want to deal more damage and also more survival. And also in here, because I want her to always act first in PvP, so you want to make sure you have the highest speed as possible. Okay, unfortunately I don't have the enough coins to upgrade, but here is my model planning to build her. I use the Swift Rush that give 35% speed, and also the Bramble defense 10%, and then when get attack, she has 25% chance to counter attack with basic attack. Why is that good? Because if we look into here, her basic attack has 20% chance to give her extra turn. So I don't really mind getting extra turn, because it will reduce her cooldown, and also she can hit something, you know, and it gives defense percent also, so it's good for your survival and also good for the damage. Unfortunately, this is not really good for the damage. This build more on the speed and debuffing your enemy, so you want to have main damage for this team, okay? Because I don't focus on the HP. She is better as a debuffer in the PvP, because you want her to always act first, and then when she act first, you can summon cast the ultimate, and then give them stun and also speed down. So that's really useful and powerful in the PvP. Okay, so that's the set that I use is Swift Rush 12 and then Bramble for defense percent and counter attack. Now the stat is I usually try to make sure I get the 3 of Swift Rush. So of this, like 3, and then the other 3 is from the shell. Okay, we will talk about the shell after this. And then for the stat on this accessory, I usually aim for effect accuracy, and then HP bonus for more survival, and then here effect accuracy, because I want to make sure I have 100% chance. Without 100%, that's kind of going to affecting your debuff, because she wants to inflict everyone the debuff, okay? And in order to do that, you need 100% here, because in here you act first and then you give effect accuracy 100%, so basically you will always give them debuff successfully, okay? Unless they are different element, okay? So for the shell, I currently use the golden lion. I haven't upgraded. The resource is quite expensive here, so I didn't have enough yet. So what you want to get in here in the passive attack, passive attribute, you want to get HP or defense, whichever is fine, but you want to more survival, because she doesn't really need attack. Her skills doesn't care about attack, but more about HP. So if you really want more damage, HP is the best one here. And for the passive slot too, you want to get as high as Shadow Dash as possible. At least like 15. You want 15 speed in here, and ignore everything else, but if you cannot get the speed, this one is also good. The focus that Animus affect accuracy by 30%. So if you use that, you can replace the model that I used here, because with that set I could use enough 100%, so I can change this one to maybe HP percent, right? So that's why you want to adjust on what you can get. And then for this one you can get effect accuracy or speed, right? But the best one is the speed. This is the best in slot. Okay, for the passive slot number 3, you usually want to get something that gives you more protection. Like if she has the highest speed, damage reduced by 12% is good. Or you can also get something that here inside. So at the start of the battle, this is good for like quick battle, because this only affect like 3 turns. So the second turn it will go fast. So it's not really recommended, I think. But I think this one is better. Guess at the end of each turn, the Animus get 10% effect accuracy. Okay, so you don't have to get 100% on your stat of the model, because if you have this, you can actually just get like 90% or 70-80%, because then you can stack from here. Because Lilith get a lot of extra turn, right? That's why she can easily get a lot of Animus effect accuracy. So that's for the third slot. Okay, now we want to make sure how to build her skill correctly. So what to upgrade, what to ignore. Unfortunately, she is one of the unit that is very expensive because of the skill requirement. So basically you want this to be level 4 minimum. Okay, if you're not level 4, it's kind of huge difference, because the stun 70% is big different to 100%. Okay, so that's what you want to be level 4 first. Okay, and then the second is this one. You want this to be level 5, because minus 100% is huge difference to 60%. So that's already 7 tofu, right? That's a lot. And this one you don't really have to. I think you can stop at maybe like just level 1, but if you really like her for PvP, level 5 is better. I wish they upgrade this skill more though, because this is just so expensive, and I wish this one not so very dependent to level 4, right? So that's one of the reason why I haven't built her, because she need at least 7 tofu yellow, which is quite high compared to most other unit like Shadow Senya. I only need max on this one skill, and then this one I don't even need anything. Fuchu, right? Okay, so that's it for my build for how to build Lilith. Is best for PvP. Unfortunately, she is not really that as good for PvE, so I'd rather use something else for PvE, something that's better. Okay, if you have any other advice or opinion, please let me know in the comment down below, and thank you for watching. See you for the next video.